first thing you should do in a match is figure out which side you're on. Look for your name above the health bars at the top of the screen. Whichever side displays your name is the same side that will display your health and resources as well as your actions, which are at the bottom of the screen. If you and your opponent physically change sides, this will not affect which side your info and actions are displayed. Your actions are organized into 5 groups: movement, attack, special, super, and defense. Movement, attack, and defense are self-explanatory. Special actions generally have unique qualities such as attacks with special properties, ranged attacks, and utility effects. Super actions require you spend super levels to use. Some supers cost 1 level, others 3 levels. If you're a total beginner, then I recommend you ignore the hustle action for now. Many actions are only available under certain conditions. Some actions while standing on the ground, others only while you are in the air. There are also some actions that are available in both situations but have different properties depending on if you're grounded or aerial. Some actions are only available after using a specific action, such as the ninja's backsway leading into palm strike, but backsway also removes many actions that would normally be available. This is considered a stance change. Some actions are repeatable back to back, but others are not. For instance, the cowboy may choose to walk forward over and over, but teleport requires you do something else before using it again. Take note of actions that have additional inputs for directing the actions. They'll appear above your actions next to your DI circle. Minor changes to these directional inputs can make a big difference in the effectiveness of the action. On the opposite side of your actions are the opponent's actions, which, like your own, only display actions that are currently available to them. Taking notice of your opponent's actions will give you an idea of what they can do right now, but not what they can do immediately afterwards. To continue the action you're already performing, instead of choosing a new action, select the hold button. You can use this to continue walking or continue an attack that you've already started instead of interrupting it. If there is nothing to continue doing, selecting hold will default to wait instead. In some cases, it will cause you to repeat your last action. Many actions can be flipped by selecting the flip toggle. This will perform your actions in the opposite direction. The main use for flipping an attack is to attack someone who's about to be behind you, but there are some niche uses such as using an attack to dodge your opponent when you don't have a defensive option available. During a match, you'll have limited time to make your decisions. Keep your eye on the turn timer next to your health bar. Normally you'll have 30 seconds to make your choice, but if the chess timer is enabled, you will have a much larger pool of time that drains permanently. The default chess timer is 30 minutes, but this total can be adjusted. Once you've made your choice, click lock in to proceed. This will stop your timer. If you're playing with a default timer, saving time isn't important, but locking in sooner will preserve your chess timer. If you run out of time in your chess timer, you will have to make your decisions within 5 seconds. You can see your opponent's timer to see if they have locked in yet. Once you've locked in, you cannot make any new changes even if your opponent hasn't locked in. If you run out of time before locking in, the game will lock in whatever you had selected at the time. If you lock in without selecting anything, it will default to hold, which as I said before, will often default to wait.